always been.
Bro.
Yeah, busy but good. I mean, a lot of stuff going on work-wise, and trying to balance everything. But we've got Off-Road Expo coming up and SEMA coming up, and we've really just over the last week we've been talking about it, and we're going to use that as a relaunch back into focusing on some of the stuff that we were doing before I started this new job.
Nice. You guys heading up to Colorado next week, or
No.
I should say this week? You guys are making it to that one?
No, not that one. We're gonna do.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, we're gonna do the expo in Ontario, and then SEMA.
Sweet. Awesome. So our first production trailer is actually going to be done on Friday, so that's pretty exciting.
Wow! I cannot wait. Okay, so the live stream is up. I cannot wait. I mean, that's it. We'll talk about this when we dig into the show, but I think the three of us have had multiple conversations and just said, if someone would just make this, like just
as simple as possible,
this. This, it'd be perfect. And then all of a sudden, Instagram, I was like, "Oh my god,
it's happening!"
And I've been talking about trailers with Freddie for so long. Like, I mean, I honestly wanted to build one myself. Just because I mean, there's nothing like having a base camp and then coming back and not having to set up again.
Yep.
So that's like the whole point of it. You leave camp, set up, everything's good, and then you come back and not have to deploy anything.
Yeah, we've had at least a dozen conversations about
going back and forth. What's
rooftop
best?
Rooftop
or trailer.
Trailer. What's the?
And then what kind of trailer? Like, do you want the fully outfitted one?
Yeah, we've got a couple that's come on a few trips with us. They've got it's not a turtleback.
It's what is it?
It's got two wheels and a hitch.
It's serious. I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Not a black Rhino.
X Venture maybe.
Black Series.
Black Series. No.
Black Series camper.
I think it's Black Series.
Maybe it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, and it's
like an off-road travel trailer.
Yeah,
but it's big.
It's giant.
It is, and he pulls it with a power wagon. I mean, it is not a compact trailer.
Those things are pretty cool. I mean, especially if you got a family that you're bringing along with you. The more room, the better, for sure. So
what if you're trying to get away from your family?
Then you buy a mountain hatch trailer.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, sorry guys, you can't come.
Well,
I got the small trailer.
Just not enough room for you guys.
Yeah, but you have more room in the car. No, I don't.
No,
just more stuff I gotta bring.
What's up, guys? We got Adam, Casey, Kyle, Dave, all in the chat room already. We started a little bit late, but you're used to that. What about you? Now, are you still in California, or did you move to Texas too?
I'm still in California. I'm planning on being here for probably another year. We have two companies going. So I run a landscape construction company along with production of the trailers for Mountain Hatch. And then Fred's out in Texas. He's been there for 5 months now, and he's full on production out there. We have a shop that we're leasing right now and near Midlothian, I believe, Texas, which is like 35 minutes from Dallas or Fort Worth. And then basically he's a one-man show out there. So all the production and everything that you see with Instagram and shipping and everything, that's all Fred. So he's one tough dude to be able to, pick up and go like that and keep everything going and transitioning the way he did, So, but I don't know. I'm kind of waiting to see what the housing market's going to do before I unload my house. We're kind of in a transitional phase to where we don't know if we want to wait a year or if we want to wait 2 years or what. So I definitely want to make a move.
Sell now, rent for the year. And then, I got a buddy that's thinking about doing that just because his house is ridiculous and he doesn't want it to fall out, and he knows he can put it on the market and sell, within 2 weeks. His agent's like, you can list it for pretty much whatever you want. You'll sell it in 2 weeks. And then he's like, then I'll just rent for 2 years or so. But
it's hard to say, man. It's just a big decision, once you leave California, if you ever want to go back, it's going to be pretty tough, just with the housing market. My wife and I bought our house with probably at the perfect time. It's just it's kind of hard to let go.
Yeah,
especially when we have such awesome landscape and things to do around California.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, unfortunately, the new baseline has been set here.
Yeah,
and I don't know if it's ever gonna like reset.
And Joe K is saying, "Get that money."
Yeah,
Joe K just sold his house in Covina and moved to Kansas City.
Nice.
And he, Joe, he doesn't have the. Adam, he doesn't have the taste of free life. He's got the taste of barbecue. That's the last thing any of us need is more barbecue.
That's a pretty good place to pick up.
I've never
Kansas
been.
City's. I mean, honestly, right now, just with how crazy things are, I'd rather just I'd pick almost anywhere, just to pick up and go. But like I said, it's crazy, man. Do what Freddie did. That's like, I mean, it was within a matter of, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. He's like, you know what? I think we're going to leave California. And then that was it. He was out. So, he had his mind set and that was it. So, Fred should be on hopefully in the next couple minutes.
No
I'll send him a message and see where he's at. But,
yeah, man. I mean, there's different perspectives you can take on that, right? You can either just stay here and then fight what you want your freedom for, or just go somewhere else where that align with whatever
definitely
what you want.
Yeah. I just I've always had this like I've traveled and I've seen a bunch of different places, but I've always had this feeling like I've never been anywhere that makes me want to leave California enough.
Yeah.
Boston, I loved Boston. I really did. But that was during the 2-month period where it wasn't balls cold or humid as hell.
When I think of Boston, I think of Celtics, Red Sox, and then like a stinky, old, moldy town that's probably always cold and wet. That's when I think of Boston.
I think about
and that was holding back a little bit.
Goodwill. I think about Goodwill Hunting. I don't know.
That's a good movie.
Okay, that's the one positive thing I can muster about Boston.
Dude,
it's the one movie that was pretty good.
I'm sorry, Fenway Park's pretty damn cool.
Matt's just hating because Dodgers don't have history like that. Here. I said here.
Do you know, and I made this point to Cody this weekend, Dodger Stadium is the third oldest stadium.
It's not the first or second.
Okay.
You're right.
The best.
Okay.
If you guys want to dive right in, I mean, Fred can kind of just pick up wherever we're at.
Okay.
So that's up to you.
If you're good with that, we're good with that. We can.
But were we scheduled to be like 6:30ish, 6:45, or more like 7 or whatever?
6:30, whatever. I mean,
okay.
Nobody that joins us in the chat room is expecting us to be on time.
The shit show they're watching.
At this point, if they were looking for punctuality, they'd be listening to a different show. All right, we'll go ahead and get started, and then whenever Fred joins, we'll just kick in. All right, you guys ready? 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody! It is sometime after 6:30 on Tuesday night. Oh, and just as we were about to get started and go live, Fred makes the entrance as if he's late to the party, so that everybody has to turn and look at him walk in.
Just like a ninja throws a clout smoke bomb.
Yes,
and just poof,
poof,
here he is.
Here he is. We are joined by Fred and Greg from Mountain Hatch. Thank you guys so much for coming on the show. How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. Haven't seen you guys
or
talked to you guys in a while, man. Yeah, one of them is in a great state, and the other one's in Texas. So, so Fred made the decision to vacate California, move to Texas, and we'll dive into that in just a little bit. And Greg's still here in California. I think it's interesting. If you were to look at the background of these two pictures, you would think it was the opposite. You would think that Greg is in Texas with all of the inanimate animals that are on the wall behind him. It looks like he's pretty good at whatever he does out in the woods. And Fred's out in Texas. So, guys, seriously.
Yeah, thanks for having us, guys. We appreciate it.
No, I think the last time we actually hung out was
at the event.
Was at the event at your shop in here in California,
which overtook that industrial
that
park.
whole industrial park.
Yeah, that was our grand opening for that shop. That was like right when we got settled in there.
Yeah. And you guys have just. I mean, thinking back to, I want to say the first time we talked to you guys was, I don't know, 100 episodes ago, and thinking about, the growth and expansion you guys have had has been amazing, and it's well deserved. You guys work your ass off, and you make a great product. And
yeah, they were talking about how they had to decide whether to continue with landscaping or to do this.
Yeah, and now it sounds like they're doing all this and then some, because they don't like to sleep or something. I don't know how they do it.
We don't know how to quit.
Yeah. Well, so let's start with the background of Mountain Hatch before we get into some of the new stuff. But for those of you that aren't familiar, you need to go get a Mountain Hatch for your truck. All three of us have them. They are. It's a great product. It's a tailgate insert. How do you guys? What's the 30-second pitch on the Mountain Hatch?
Hit it, Fred.
Multifunctional tailgate table that happens to be food safe. So you want to harvest your deer, cut some fish, cut some hot dogs, and then also put your camp stove on it, you can. Pretty cool. So.
And if you're like me, the peanut butter and jelly and the Doritos fit perfectly on there. You're not harvesting anything. You're not doing it. If it's not processed
if it's not
for me
coming
already,
out of a bag,
yes. If someone hasn't done the harvesting for me, I'm not eating it.
Yeah, you can get non-organic food on it too. So
okay,
it's fine.
Perfect. And you made the comment about putting your stove on it. I swear, it's something we've talked about in the past. The tailgate on the Tacoma or the Ranger, you fold it down. You want to set your camp stove on there, and it's all wobbly, and you don't really ever think about it. But having the flat tailgate insert that from the Mountain Hatch, I can put anything on my tailgate, and it's a functional, usable table. And it's been. I mean, we use it all the time. And I actually have. I haven't finished it, but I started building something in association with your hatch. You guys might be interested in. I can show you some other time.
Cool.
Hey, all you Frontier guys, you should thank us for...
Yes. Yeah, we will take full credit for the Frontier template.
We punked Fred and Greg into making the Frontier, Nissan Frontier Mountain Hatch.
Yeah.
Matt is still the only one that has one.
I was going to say, those are obviously selling like hotcakes.
It's the only one ever sold.
No. We've sold 3. It's fine.
I know.
As long as I have the only orange one.
Yeah, it's one of one.
Yeah.
I know.
No, actually, the Frontier has been better than I thought.
Us too. Us too, by the way.
Yeah, and we always try to keep those in stock for people, but yeah, we're excited about the new Frontier.
Yeah,
I can't wait to get
that thing's pretty gnarly looking.
Yeah, Jose's going to get one. He doesn't know it yet, but Jose's going to get one. We've decided if he doesn't get one, he's off the show.
I said, if that's all I have to do to get off the show, not get one, then life's easy.
We just have to figure out how to have a punk Nissan into giving you one. Is that how it works?
Yeah, let's employ the same methods we did with Mountain Hatch to Nissan.
I don't think they're as susceptible to it. So on top of the Mountain Hatch and the daily landscape contracting work that you do, you guys are on social media constantly. You are avid outdoorsmen and doing all that stuff. And the reason we have you on today is because the listeners to the show will know we've had about 400 conversations about Overland off-road trailers, and we've actually looked at them and be like, no, it's too much. That's not enough. We just want someone to make this. And then 2 days later in our Instagram feed, there it is. It's the Mountain Hatch trailer. And we're like, this thing is amazing. We need to have a conversation about it. So what prompted it? How did you go from all of the 15 things you're already doing and then deciding to make a trailer?
So basically, you want to take it, Fred, or?
Oh, no, it's your idea, man. You go for it.
So basically, one thing that we all look at is you end up outfitting your truck, and I mean a mid-sized truck, like I drive a Tacoma. Fred has a 3rd gen, and I have a 2nd gen Tacoma, and you end up putting all this weight on the truck, and then you're thinking, well, man, I really love all this stuff in camp, but I really don't want to haul it around when you're actually doing some wheeling. So my idea was, like anybody else, base camp, pull up, disconnect, and then you have your truck to go and have fun and, do a day of wheeling. But it doesn't just, a trailer is one thing to have your camp set up, but then to have a trailer that you can take everything off your truck and put it on the trailer is, that's where we were kind of targeting. So we had Lightner Design ACS Forge racks that we really love. They're very lightweight, but once you put a 160-pound rooftop tent, extra fuel cans on the side of it, your cargo boxes or your gear pods on the side that are completely loaded up with gear. That's something that, you get a lot of body roll and you're thinking, you know what, maybe it's nice to have a truck again. So we based the trailer off of a mid-size pickup truck bed. So it's 5.5 feet long. So I went basically 6 inches longer than a Tacoma short bed. And then using my decked and my Lightner rack, I basically designed the trailer around a Tacoma platform, but also works for like Frontier, Colorado, or Canyon, those mid-size truck models. So, but yeah, it's coming along, and we're really excited about it.
Yeah, it looks super cool, and it's like that perfect balance of functionality without being too much. Because we talked about it, a little bit before we actually started going, but there are plenty of trailers that have all kinds of amenities and it's super comfortable and it's big and it's all these things, but man, you're not wheeling that thing very hard. You know what I mean? You're not able to do some of the stuff that we want to do, and then there's the opposite where someone can get a small trailer that doesn't have all the functionality, and you're at that point you're like, why am I even bringing this thing around? I think one of the appealing things is you guys literally live this. I don't think we know many people that are as outdoors as these guys, to a point where it's almost annoying. Like where like they're like bragging and making us feel bad. And
if you follow them on Instagram, you're like, what am I doing wrong?
Yes.
In life.
And you're like, I'm doing something wrong. I'm working too many hours.
I think what Jose's saying is, are you guys hiring? He's willing to move. He'll move. Do you guys want to start? Do you guys want to start a branch like in Idaho or something? He's willing to move.
Someday the plan is to bring everybody on board. I'm not even joking. Like, we've met some awesome people doing this, and I could think of 10 people right now that I would bring on in 2 seconds and just like grow like crazy. But we're
like family now.
We have to be like conservative, and like the goal here in Texas is to own the shop. We're leasing a big shop now, but we want to own it all. Like, I don't want to lease anymore, and so we're still a year away from that happening. But every time we move, we want to go a little bit bigger than what we did before, without obviously having the bank own everything, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just it's slow and steady progression, and that's what we want, and that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
So
when we sit around and talk about our big dreams, there's a production studio shop that like everybody comes to on Friday night after work for a barbecue and hangs out, and we film stuff and we wreck people's cars and we have a lift in there, and the whole thing. And it's the same scenario where all of the people that we've gone wheeling with and hung out with and become part of the community, it's like that's where you hang out on Sunday mornings, because it's we just all do our own, do a big group thing. And it's, some days it's the someday that's out there, but we're keep driving for it. The difference is you guys are about 300 steps further than we are in that journey. So Greg, on the trailer,
Well, and they actually make stuff.
Yeah, they're good at stuff. They have
we
value.
Just talk about,
yes,
we just talk about shit. We don't even talk about making anything.
Not even good stuff.
And I don't think people want us working on their truck, like actual mechanically work on it.
They pay us to stay away from their shit. Like, here's $10. Don't go. Don't even look at my truck.
Don't. Yeah,
exactly.
Don't look at it.
I don't know.
Don't look at it.
We got to talk about Casey's bumpers he built. Those came out pretty rad. So the trailer itself, though,
he's the one that actually can make stuff. Where
that's why we keep him here.
He's not around here.
On the trailer, what did you build the frame from scratch? Did you start with this some kind of foundation? What was the build process like?
Okay, so going back to basically going off the inside dimensions of a Tacoma truck bed. My biggest priority for the inside of the trailer was to fit the deck system. It's a very economical way for organization. It's something that I was thinking, if you want your truck bed back and you still love the product, you get a trailer that can carry it, So the Lightner rack as well, that's something that I love putting on my truck for those, weekend type of runs. And then the trailer is going to be more so, 3 or more days, than just a weekend run. So the trailer, going off of the inside dimension of a Tacoma truck bed, that's the size of the box basically is the Tacoma bed. I made it 5.5 feet long, which is in between a long bed and a short bed. That just basically gives you those few extra inches in between the tailgate and the deck system, just for storage, firewood, anything like that. So the frame is completely custom from the ground up. It's made out of 2-inch by 4-inch tall 120 wall steel, so it's very strong. It's pretty much the same thickness as your standard rock sliders. They're basically eighth inch thick. So the trailer has more ground clearance than any of our trucks. It's pretty gnarly. The approach angle and departure angle are pretty impressive. We've definitely done some pretty good testing on it so far. The prototype came out really well. Like we liked it a lot. There were a few changes we decided to make. Small things like fender dimension, tongue shape on the front of the trailer, but everything pretty much is still the same structure. And our whole purpose of building this trailer is to build something that's going to, outlast any of your gear. It's something that, you're going to be able to pull behind your truck for many years, and it's going to be able to take a beating. I mean, it's built like a tank. It's probably, I want to say our it's not finished yet. Like I said, our final weight is tomorrow on our trailer. We're actually going to have everything pretty much done. Just powder coating and Line-X is going to be the next step. So we'll have a final weight, but it's going to be between probably 12 and 1,300 pounds.
Okay.
With 33-inch tires, it's going to come standard, 16-inch wheels, and then 3,700-pound axle. So it has a pretty good payload on it.
It's definitely overbuilt.
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't know.
I'm using
Cody, right?
Hey, I would think
we want you to break it so we can make it better. Basically,
okay. Give it to Matt.
Yeah.
Give it to Matt.
Put it to the test.
Matt breaks everything. Ask my sister.
Hey, I'll take that. I'll take that as a compliment. It certainly sounds like it's going to outlast that Ford that Cody's driving. So, that's good for him. And he goes through vehicles like I don't know. I go through beer, I guess.
Matt doesn't want to admit that on the way to the Dodger game, he admitted to me that my truck was probably faster than
Prove
his.
it. Prove I said that. There's no proof.
What kind of suspension is under that? Is it leaf springs?
So it's a torsion bar. So it has a Dexter torsion bar axle. Very durable axle. It's high clearance, so it's not going to hang low. It only hangs probably 8 inches below the bottom belly skid of the trailer. So very, very high ground clearance. Like I said, it's 3,700 pound payload. It's adjustable spindles, so you can actually adjust the height of the trailer, the right height. And then instead of having an entire axle that you would have to replace if you end up tweaking an axle, it's designed to where you can replace the spindle. And the spindle is pretty much a less than $175 part that you could even bring extras on the trail to where if you broke something or bent something, it's basically one bolt and then your lugs to take it off. It's very easy, very quick. And I would say it's pretty indestructible. So, but very, very user-friendly. Anything that would go wrong on the trailer, you would pretty much be able to do yourself. If not, take it down to a local shop and have something looked at. But you'd have to really be wheeling it pretty hard.
Yeah,
to
sounds like
to do something like that.
What's the bolt pattern on the spindles?
So our lug pattern is exactly the same lug pattern that's on a Tacoma.
Yep.
So using the lugs that are on the trailer, which we partnered up with FN Wheels. So he specializes in Toyota custom off-road wheels, and it's that lug pattern. So if you get a flat tire on the trail and you don't have an extra spare for your trailer, you can use the spare that's on your Toyota for the trailer.
Yeah.
Or chances are there's a Tacoma in the group that has a spare tire that'll fit it, right?
There's a lot of Tacomas out there.
Exactly. That's that's to me, like, if you're going to pull a trailer, tire and wheels need to match the vehicle that you're on for that exact reason. Something goes wrong, you've got the chance to.
Not only that, but you can find cheap Toyota wheels on Craigslist all day
anywhere.
long.
Yeah, anywhere. You can find them.
And also, we own Tacomas. We know that just from our sales with our mountain hatches, we sell more Tacomas than anything. So that was a very, very, honestly, I think it was the smartest move we could have gone with as far as a lug pattern, just for, universal purposes. I think it'll work out just fine. Plus, I mean, that goes for, 5th gen 4Runners too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, good point. Good point. Yeah. And I mean, there's no doubt that the person that would want this trailer and use this trailer, there's a better than good chance that they're going to be in a Toyota product. Just based on the numbers of people that are out there wheeling, right? I mean, it's
exactly.
I could see the argument being for Jeep products as well. I mean, it's possible that there's an equal number of Jeeps as there is Toyotas, but you're not going to lack opportunities to sell these with the Toyota bolt pattern on them. And I'm sure.
And also too, if it bugs somebody enough, it's very easy to change out that lug pattern for a Jeep or. Yeah, any other vehicles, that wouldn't be a problem. It's not going to be something where it's like a custom order. That's probably something they'll have to do after the fact, just because that would slow our production down.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be something really easy to manipulate
and
to make that work.
They make adapters. They make
they make adapters.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a very easily solvable problem.
Yeah, and I would love for Jeep guys to buy our trailer. You have the Gladiator, which has a truck bed, which is awesome. But for those guys that have 4Runners or any SUV, like a standard Jeep Wrangler or Cherokee or anything like that, you'll be able to tow a truck bed behind you basically and completely outfit it.
Yeah.
So you have extra space.
I love the part of the argument for the trailer for me is every time we go someplace, one, I pack everything in the world. Okay, fine. Let's get it out there. The entire Bass Pro Shop.
It's just another bed for you to
fill.
You would fill your truck bed and you would fill this trailer.
No, the prep work for a trip is like going into the garage, getting all the totes out, getting all the stuff out, and then loading up the truck. The idea of having the majority of your gear already in the trailer either parked on the side of the house or in the garage, and you're like, okay, we're going wheeling, I'm just going to back up and connect, throw some food in the fridge.
Exactly.
And I think that's a huge opportunity.
And how many of you still park your Overland rig at the movie theater or at the mall? There's a ton of people I see driving around every day with all this stuff all over their truck. And they're leaving it out in the parking lot, and you always take that chance of getting something ripped off.
Yeah.
Well, that's the exact reason I don't have a rack and a rooftop tent and all that stuff on my truck, because as cool as it is, I know I haven't been actually wheeling since Memorial Day. I mean, that's what my schedule's been like. We're gonna get out there soon, but I don't want to commute with all that stuff every day like that.
Exactly.
So the deck system I had in the Tacoma, I absolutely love it. You're absolutely right. It's a fantastic system. My problem was, if I had the deck system, I filled the deck system. So I had an extra 400 pounds of shit in my truck at all times.
For no reason.
Fortunately, I was driving a company vehicle at the time, and the Tacoma was for the weekends. But like, if I put the deck system in the Ford right now, I would fill it up with all my crap and just drive around with it, and it doesn't make sense. This makes the most sense to have this option here. Throw the deck system in there, throw the rack on there, you're good to go.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, and it's some of these trailers on the market. You know, I don't think. I mean, you look at Turtleback, amazing product, right? X-Venture, that's just a couple. And most of us that want to go out and just do the weekend warrior thing, don't have 20 to 30 grand to drop on a trailer like that. And part of the idea is also, you put a Lightner or front runner rack or whatever rack on this trailer, your rooftop tent goes on top. That's more everyone's speed. That 80% of us, that's what we can afford when we want to go out for the weekend, right? So keeping the trailer economical for people to be able to afford. Some people just want the trailer to be empty so they can throw their stuff in, their old school tent or whatever. They might not put a rack on it, but I think keeping the price conservative too is good, because not everybody can drop that much money on something. And I feel like a lot of people will be able to afford this thing. So that's
and along those lines, your product seems more modular and expandable over time. So going back to the X-Venture and the Turtleback, you buy that.
It's built the way
base model is already here.
Yeah.
Like the base model is already. Whereas to your point, if I've got a 4Runner, I've got an SUV, and part of the reason I don't have an SUV anymore is because I wanted a truck. But if I had an SUV and all I wanted was this trailer in case I needed to do yard work or something, hell yeah, dude, there it is. Now I've got my truck bed. I don't have to have a truck. I can drive an SUV.
And this trailer is built. I mean, you could put blocks in the back. You could put concrete in the back. You could go to Home Depot and load it up with mulch and soil if you wanted to. It's a built utility trailer. You could use it for construction. You can use it for loading up firewood in the woods. You can, pretty much anything.
Can you put a camper
and it's going to hold up to the elements.
We have a little bit of experience with trailers just because we've been doing landscape construction for a long time. Since we could walk, my dad's like, here's a shovel, let's go. You know what I mean? Seriously.
I tow a trailer every day of my life.
How many different trailers? Seriously. So it's literally a miniature style big tex trailer is what it is, but that has off-road capability, which is kind of cool. So
very cool.
Yeah. Greg did a good job on it. I'm stoked. I'm really happy with it. So.
Have you guys released the price point on this thing?
Nope. Haven't yet.
All right.
Have not. We will.
Hey, how much you got? How much you got?
Well, that's really easy.
Yeah. Zero.
I got none.
Yeah. So if the price is none, we're right there. No, we've talked about some of the other ones that have come on, and I will make the possible unfair comparison to the Smitty-built Scout, and it's more in that range, but I guarantee what you guys have built is way more capable and way more stout and way more indestructible than something like that. You know what I mean?
And also too, it's 100% made in the USA.
Exactly. The Smitty-built one was the one that I was looking at the most, and there were some things about it that had some concerns, and I think those concerns go away with this type of a product, the way you've got this configured and built. In the comments, we had a couple people guessing the price. We had a number at $20K. They thought it was going to be, even with the Lightner decked, Rotopacks, all that stuff, you're not even coming close. It's going to be under 10.
Oh, so wow.
Just know. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and going back to the modular and expandability, you buy it for under 10, and at your own pace. You put your own rack. You do your own. I mean? It's you have the ability to do that over time.
And you could put any modular rack on it. I mean, if you wanted to put a like a CBI or a front runner or anything like that that goes on a Tacoma truck bed, it's based off of that. So it's not designed solely on a Lightning rack. We love the Lightning rack because of how modular it is.
Yeah.
And we want to make our trailer as modular as possible.
Yeah, I mean,
plus Bernard's a good kisser, you know.
But a lot of people want to build their own racks and stuff, but they just need a good platform to start, which I think this is going to be the perfect starting point. It's like, here, we give you a good foundation.
It opens up to not just, I mean, for what, 3.5 years, our demographic has been people with tailgates, right?
Yeah.
Right. We make a truck table for your tailgate. So, we did the swag tents, which we're rolling back out again, but we're going to make them in the U.S. this time instead of South Africa. So that's taken some time. But I think when you have a trailer, for those people that have 4Runners, Jeeps, wait, what did Matt used to have? What was that one? Compass? No, what was that? What was the?
It was the Renegade.
Right?
We still have it.
Renegade. Put a tow hitch on that bad boy and go for it.
Yes.
Right? But it does. It opens up another world for us, for people that don't have a truck bed. And the tailgate comes with a mountain hatch on it, which is kind of cool.
I was going to ask.
Yeah, does it come with a mountain hatch?
It better have a mountain hatch on the tailgate.
It's going to have a mountain hatch on the tailgate.
That's awesome.
Yep, we had to.
What I'm sure this is something that you've talked about, but don't have anything finalized. Like, what level of customization are you gonna have a menu of things you can add XYZ, click, 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 or is it like, this is the base, this is what it is?
For now, it's going to be a base. It's going to come, basically as the box, the trailer alone. It's going to come Line X fenders, so that if you're stepping on the side of the fenders and everything, you're not wearing off the powder coat. The trailer is powder coated. We might offer color later, different color. If people want to, color match or do something like that, that's something that we could maybe experiment with later on. But for now, it's pretty much going to be standard, like a satin black powder coat. Just something that's a little more universal for now.
Yeah.
Plus production, right now it takes me 10 weeks to get axles in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
wow.
So I mean, we're gonna have a lot of people waiting. We're not gonna have trailers just lined up ready to go. We're gonna put out a few a month, and that's probably going to be our pace for now. So at least until this whole COVID thing blows over, if it ever does.
Yeah, every industry right now is short on material,
on everything.
On everything. It's crazy.
We can't get anything plastic because of apparently everything made of plastic is made in Texas apparently, and that cold that freeze back in winter just stopped everything but cold, like PVC pipe, you name it.
Yeah.
So, everything's crazy.
Well, oil's gone up, right? And we need oil to make a plastic. We need the resin. So it's since we've moved to Texas, it's been like, dude, we didn't have boxes for like a month because they couldn't get us boxes. There was cardboard shortages. Plastic's gone up like 40%. It's been like trying to grow the business this second half of 21 has been crazy.
Yeah.
But we're doing good. We're hanging in there. But yeah, I'm just like, man, I don't know how these other companies are doing it that are bigger than us, because, their people are just waiting like weeks and weeks and weeks for stuff. So, we just got to be patient, and it'll all come back around again, so.
And the people in Texas are probably, they probably hate you, because everybody from California is moving to Texas. And I've got a couple friends over there. I was talking to a buddy that moved out there years ago, and I'm like, "How is it?" He's like, "It's horrible. Don't come here." he's like, everybody. Every time I talk to someone at home, I tell them it's horrible, it's miserable. You don't want to come here because we don't need any more Californians in Texas.
Yeah. I try. I'm going to stay away from politics on this one, but I think if you're moving here for the right reasons, come. But if you're not, stay.
Yeah, and I think for a lot of people, the reasons we talked about earlier is the housing market. I mean,
I think that's what the majority is. That they're cashing out here.
I was just going to say, and we have friends sold a house in Orange County, and I've seen pictures of the house they had built in Texas, And dag blurn, that is not a small or cheap house. You can't. None of us can afford that house in California, but in Texas, where they're at, it's just an everyday house. You know what I mean?
There's no more room.
There's no more room. There's no more.
Did Texas fill up already?
Yeah,
it's
full,
all.
dude.
It's full.
Texas
Full, man.
Texas is full.
No, I mean, I'll say this. Since I've been here, what's Greg been 5 months now?
Yeah.
Maybe about 5 months. And there's a few things I miss. I'll put that. I miss like all you guys and all of our friends back there. That's hard, not being able to be. Greg can still go to those events and stuff.
Yeah.
But I can't always make it, so that's hard. But I will say, I mean, I'm heading to Colorado tomorrow morning. We're leaving at 4 a.m. because we got the Overland Expo Mountain West in Loveland.
Nice.
So I get to get into the mountains and get into some camping and stuff. So I'm excited. But I miss the mountains, man. We don't have mountains here.
That's
hard. That's hard for me.
Yeah, I bet.
So,
but you guys have like rodeos and stuff, right? Like
rodeos. Oh my gosh, the rodeos are freaking crazy. I mean, we moved here. We all bought cowboy boots.
Nice.
I got a cowboy hat. I still wear shorts with them, but I don't like pants. You guys know that, so I'll wear shorts. But it's been real good, man. I mean, the thing about Texans is they're proud to be Texan. Like they don't care where you come from. They just don't want you. Whatever you do, don't try to change Texas. You know what I mean? That's kind of that's kind of how I feel it's like, And I get it, because there's a lot of people moving here, but the people are really good. I mean, they've definitely welcomed us, which has been nice.
Yeah, so, I think they want an influx of people and income and that investment in business. I think that's their a big push. That's why you keep hearing about Texas. They want that influx of small business and to take advantage of that. So
the economic growth.
This doesn't speak for every 17-year-old in Texas. 17-year-old dude, I'll say that. I called 5 companies today to try to get someone over here to wash the Tundra because it's been raining ever since we moved here. And the Tundra was just destroyed, like just gunk on the wheels. And I don't have time to clean it all the time. I tried to give it a wash. It was bad. I called like 5 people. No one in the area can come. I get a hold of this company. It's this young kid answers the phone. I'm like, hey, what's going on? You guys have time to come and do a truck wash today at the shop? Yeah. I get out of school at 4. I'm like, what? These 2 17-year-old seniors show up in a Silverado and to make some extra money. They got their own little side gig going in high school. That's freaking awesome.
2 17-year-olds have a nicer car than I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. Like, I thought that was the coolest thing, but that's Texas in a nutshell right there. Like, that's how these kids are out here. It's crazy.
That's
pretty
awesome. Cool. Yeah. And
good work ethic.
I love that. Yeah. I'll be out of school at 4. That is awesome. So back to the trailer. You said the prototype's almost done. You've got your plans together. What is your production schedule? Like, when can we click buy?
Probably
okay, so
say, you go.
So I've been
you commit.
Yeah.
So,
you piss him off.
Greg and I work. Greggy's running the company in California, and I'm running this, and then we both run the trailer thing together. But it's basically Greg is running that whole thing. I'm just the guy that inserts the numbers, right? Gets the website ready, deals with the customers, the questions, all that stuff. The plan is, so the prototype was sold already. You remember Derek, Big Derek?
Yeah.
So he bought it. He came down from Idaho. He bought it. He wanted one since we were talking about it around a campfire a year ago.
Yeah.
And so we had promised the first one to him after we had did some testing. Greg has 2 in production right now. The second one is almost done. I guess it'll be done when he gets back from Colorado. The plan is it's just in powder coating now. So it's on the website. It's just not active. The plan is mid-September. We can sell the first one. That's the plan. So if we can, there might be a 2-week period where that trailer's just about done and then they can do it. The plan is to not when we started Mountain Hatch, we didn't really take any outside money, right? We didn't go into crazy debt to start the company. We literally started with 12 Tacoma hatches and built it. That's what we did.
Yep.
We're going to do the exact same thing with the trailer. We're going to sell 1, build 2, sell 2, build 4. That's the plan. That way those trailers pay for the next, and then go from there. We can only build so many at a time. It's just the way it is. We don't have a huge production team making all these trailers. Later on we will, but for the most part, you'll place your order and then you'll have to wait a little bit. But we're trying to make as many as we can. It's just those axles take so long to get. That's the hard part. So, but yeah, I would say mid-September, we should be rocking and rolling. Yeah,
I have a feeling that production team later is going to be sooner than you expect.
Yeah, I think so too.
I have a feeling that you better add a couple lines to your wait list, because it's
more like
you better start
production factory.
Yeah,
you better start hitting up those high schools.
Yeah, you better hit them up
for kids to come work at your shop.
Dude,
hey, son.
I technically already found 2 today, so I think I'm doing pretty good.
That's what
Dude,
I'm saying.
I couldn't believe that. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So, I
think you guys. Look, we know what kind of work ethic and what kind of what you put into your products, right? Just based on our experience with you, and I can't imagine you've done anything less than that with this trailer. And I really think that once it's available, you guys are gonna the problem's gonna be, how do we get it done?
Exactly.
I mean, you're gonna be,
the want is definitely there.
Yeah, it's a matter of start building 10 boxes, waiting for the axles to show up. Order 10, they'll get here at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I really feel like you guys are onto something, and it's gonna be really, really cool. What do you do? What do you do when that happens, though? What happens when you open up and you're like, well, shit, we just have 238 orders.
So this is the thing. I will control how fast we grow, because Greg's not even here yet. And so we have to transition California this year and get him here. The shop will be built by the time he gets here, it looks like, so that'll be good, the new one. But man, I don't know. It's gonna be a slow pace. I don't want it to go crazy, because sometimes, man, you can get yourself into trouble. And that's one thing I won't do is, go crazy. I don't want people waiting 8 to 12 weeks for a product. I don't want to do that. So that trailer sells. I mean, if we can get 2 at a time built per month, I think that's where we need to be. And that's good. But when the time comes to expand and we feel like it's the right time, we'll do it, But, man, it's hard when Greg is 1,400 miles away, it's just every day we talk, we're communicating. And the plan was to get me here, expand into Texas, manufacture everything in Texas, and then transition Greg to, and get him here as well. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But for now, we're going to, like I said, go a slow pace. We just want to go slow. So I know what's coming. We just got to be smart,
Yeah.
So
yeah. And there's you guys are in a good, I don't want to say good position. You guys are in the position where you have diversified what you're doing. You've got the landscape business, you got the hatches, now you've got this. So it's not like everything is contingent on the success of one product or one business or whatever. So you have more leverage to be able to control that, as opposed to, this is the only thing I'm doing now. I have to ramp up as quick as possible to pay my bills.
And they're not. And the big thing is, they're not taking outside investment.
Yeah.
So it's their own money, their own investment in themselves. So they don't have to make that monthly payment to someone or to a bank.
And if you're looking as an entrepreneur, that there's a lot of good. I know a lot of owners now that run these overland companies. We've met a ton through this last almost 4 years, and some of those people might think that's stupid to not have other people's money pay for the expansion of your company and then pay it back as you go. But the thing is if there's a recession and things start slowing down, with everything going on, we can pull back. And I don't have those, because like Jose said, I don't have those payments coming in, and that's what our parents taught us, be conservative. You know what I mean? Just there's no rush right now to go crazy. There's no rush,
For every one of those companies that was able to successfully navigate that process and take investments and grow and do their thing, there's a story of another company that did not, right? I mean, we can think of a couple right here, I'm sure, around the table that tried to grow too fast.
Yeah, we know what we're talking about. We know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things where there is literally this line, and if you could lose everything quick. You know what I mean? Especially if it's not your own. So I don't know. The work ethic is not the problem. Greg and I, we work our butts off. There's no doubt about it. Our dad taught us well, for sure. But yeah, man, I mean, there's no rush. We're not going anywhere. Let's just grow it nice and steady, you know? So, and I think that's the way we need to do it. That's the way we started it, and that's why we're going to continue to do it, you know? Mm-hmm. So
yeah, super smart. And that's, we've said that for a while, like, you know, and I think we've talked to you guys about it around the campfire is, you know, that the fact that you guys started Mountain Hatch as a side hustle and continued your day jobs, continued working your ass off during the day to do what you had to do. And like, if this happens, it happens. And I feel like it almost gave you more leverage and appeal to be able to make those decisions from a business perspective without the pressure of being successful to save your family. And that's what allowed you guys to ramp up the way you did. And now you're taking that same approach with this, and it's commendable. And I think that, you know, based on what we've experienced with you guys, I have no doubt that your problem isn't going to be how do we expand. It's going to be how do we keep up. It's going to be. I really think you guys are
we appreciate
doing amazing.
That. It's cool. You guys, man, that was a while ago when I think I was in my garage the first time we did. Mountain Hatch was operated out of my garage when we did the first podcast with you guys.
You had like your whole backdrop was cardboard boxes of stacks of hatches. You know what I mean?
I was trying to figure out how I was going to pay for 400 boxes at that time. You know what I mean? With everything else going on, you know, it's crazy. So, but yeah, we've come a long way. But we've done some cool camping trips together for sure, and I do miss that. So I'm hoping you guys make it out to Flagstaff for Expo West. I don't know if you guys are going to make it.
Have
but
they
if you guys
a date for that? Or?
I know you got SEMA 2 coming up, so that's going to be tough. But
yeah, we'll be at SEMA for sure. Overland, when is the dates? Jose was just asking, when's the dates for Overland Expo West? Do you know? Or at least what month?
Yeah, I got everything right here. So Expo West, I'll leave on the 22nd. It's the weekend of the 24th through the 26th
of which month?
September. It's back to back. Like the Colorado Expo is this weekend, and it's the same time next month for Flagstaff. It's going to be crazy.
And then 2 weeks after that is Offroad Expo, and then 2 weeks after that, or 3 weeks after that is SEMA. We're in show season. Yeah,
I'll be on vacation that week. I will be.
When?
That week of the 20th.
I don't think so. I don't think that's been approved.
It has been approved.
I don't think so. We were just talking earlier about, you know, using Off-Road Expo and SEMA and some of the stuff that's coming up as kind of a relaunch. We've been super busy and just kind of, you know, rolling with things and not really putting the
surviving.
Effort in. Yeah, just trying to keep the show going. And you know, we're reinvigorated and want to get a bunch of that stuff going on. And I think SEMA is a really good opportunity for that. We're teaming up with Nexen to be out there, and
cool.
I mean, SEMA is always a really good show, and it's good to see some of the same people and same products out there, because you're like, great, they're still here, you know, catch up with people. And then there's a lot of things that you see at SEMA for the first time, and you're like, ooh, that's going to be a thing. I need to pay attention to that. And do you guys have any intention of trying to get to SEMA with the product, or is that just too much?
No, it's I'm limiting my shows this year just because my kiddos are getting older, and I am too. It's SEMA. We're going to have our product on a ton of trucks there. Cool. We've already sent them out for that, so we'll have a presence, you know, which will be good. But yeah, like October rolls around. That's Expo East. I'm not even going to Expo East. I'm taking my daughter hunting in Virginia. So yeah, I would rather do that than Expo, because we did Expo East before. It was really good. It's a run to do that and then come back and then go hunting 2 weeks later. I just think that's crazy. And I don't know, like we did the shows we wanted to do. A Flagstaff's going to end it for us this year. That's it. And then we'll.
I mean, you have to. If
it's too much.
Going back to you having 3 full-time jobs and a family, like you can't be on the circuit every weekend. COVID aside, a couple years ago, you could have spent every single weekend at an event somewhere if you wanted to.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
gosh, you're right. Yeah,
definitely.
We were. Our first year, Mountain Hatch, we were like
insane.
Every weekend we were trying to, get the brand out there and push the product, and we still are pushing. Don't get me wrong, but we don't have to be there that on a weekend to make our quota. We do just as much online, which is fine. And I think like sitting in a deer stand with my 11-year-old, that sounds a lot better to me. Yeah. So,
and I think a big part of that is because you've built brand ambassadors just through your interaction with the community and who you guys are, right? Like there are plenty of people out there like us that will only say positive things about you guys and your products because of personal interactions. And everybody that's bought your product and gone camping with you and done those things, they probably do the same thing we do. And it's, you don't have to. You have built a sales force out of the people that are your customers at the same time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
and what's cool about that is like all of the friends that we go camping with now were customers at one point.
Yeah.
Joe, SoCal Tacomas, which is Joe Cal. I mean, honestly, Joe helped us promote. He was the first person to help us promote Mountain Hatch, and we call him and he talks to us like, we talk to each other every other day, at least, maybe even once a day, So a lot of the people that we camp with were, we'd met at events or something and then kept in touch and then end up, going on camping trips. And it's been a blessing, with all the different customers that we've met over the few years that we've been in business. And it's you guys have been awesome. And we appreciate you guys bringing us on here.
Yeah, no, anytime, guys. I mean, you've got an open invitation. I think back to, God, Fred. I wonder what episode was Fred on?
I think it was right before I came.
It was like the 40s.
I was gonna say. I mean, that
was a long time ago.
I was gonna say, hey guys, look. I have a beard now. I don't know if you guys recognize me or I look.
You look so handsome. My God.
Well, he's always looked handsome. It's just
I'm blushing.
No, but
Jose was not on the show yet. I think he was just one of those guys that was going on the weekend runs with you guys and hanging out when we went out to, where did we go? San Diego area.
Yep.
He was there. Ocotillo, whatever. And then he joined on with you guys right after. So
it was episode 49, December 12th of 2018. So I think back to that. Like we've had some conversations about how long we've been doing this, and I think back to a lot of those interviews that we did with people. We were like, nobody knew who we were. It was
nobody knows who we are still.
Less people know us now. But it was like, hey man, we were doing this podcast. You want to join us? And there's a whole group of people that I look at back at some of those early episodes that came on the show and talked about their side hustle that is their passion. And now not only is that their full-time job, but they're going on to the second and third products and doing some of those things. And it's amazing to me to see the consistency in some of those folks like yourself that have just taken this and grown with it. And I think back to early on in those events, going out to those events and trying to be like, hey, so my name's Cody. I do this thing where we talk on a microphone. It's called a podcast. And it's kind of crazy to think about a lot of those products from back then and people from back then.
I actually remember the day we met you guys. It was at a DeMillo off-road coffee something
that's right.
meet and greet.
I was there.
Yes. It was the first day we ever sold a Mountain Hatch.
Yeah. And
you guys have been with us since day one of our first
sale. I went with Tammy and Presley.
Yeah.
And he met me there.
But I was just there on my own.
Right. You were just there. We just happened to run into each other. And I remember walking up and talking.
Jose was our stalker.
Yeah, I was stalking these guys.
Yeah, he had a tracker on my car. And I remember going, oh, what is this? This is super, super cool. Here's my card. Let's do an interview. And it just kind of went from there. But yeah, I do remember that. And that was a long time ago.
Yeah, 2018. That was it was like, I think springtime or something like that. I want to say it was like maybe March.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cody handed me I think he gave me a sticker and a card. He was with his daughter.
Yep.
And your wife was there too, I remember.
Yep.
And yeah, you came up to you just introduced yourself and you asked about it and you said you want to, maybe we can get you on the show. But I think 2 weeks later we did the show. Yeah, it's been, I don't know. It's not just I know that we work hard, but our customers, man, they are amazing. Like reposting our stuff, tagging us so that we have content. Like it's a community thing. It's not just like, it really is. Like, I think people like to rep the brand because, obviously they know who Greg and I are and my parents, but the support, I mean, we got customers from 3 years ago that are still supporting us, you know what I mean? And I think that's pretty cool. And it's the community that we built around everything, you guys, everybody, the OC Overland guys. Now it's Rig Talk and SoCal Tacomas. Now Joe's got, Rig Co. It's just the Rig boys, Ultra Swing guys. Like everybody's like, helping each other out and promoting each other and boosting each other up. And I think that we've really had no one, bring us down. Everyone's always trying to build you up. And I think that says a lot about this community, for sure.
100%. And none of us, nobody that has tried to do this, put something out into the world, whether it be a product or a media or whatever, that doesn't happen unless the support of the community is there. Like building those friendships and those relationships. And I mean, nobody listens to us because we're great journalists, right? It's because we make people laugh sometimes at us, and then we go get to hang out with them on the weekends, and it's
it's all about community.
It is. And you think about some of the brands that going back 3 years that had just started or were from the ground up, and now they're household names in the overland and off-road community, and it makes me really, really proud and excited to be part of it, to be part of this community that does that and go, oh, I remember when we ran into those guys at that DeMello thing, and now look at them. They're mayor of Texas and whatever. Do they do?
Brady's actually running for governor. I think.
Do they do governors in Texas, or is it like sheriff, or is it like?
I think it's all the above.
Is it okay? I don't remember. Like Quick Draw McGraw.
It depends.
We got a good one here.
It depends on how big your spurs are, I think. So, it's like,
do they jingle?
And your mustache.
If you got like a terrible herps mustache, that you can twist, dude, that goes a long way.
Yeah, I think that'll help get a couple extra votes.
There are not a lot of Tacomas in Texas. I'll say that. There's not a lot of Tundras. I see more Forerunners than Tacomas and Tundras. No joke. The truck of choice in Texas, or at least in South Fort Worth, where I'm from, we live out near Waxahachie. That's what it's called. It's a lot of Fords. It's F-250, Super. I mean, it's Fords rule Texas. Second, no joke, I see a lot of Dodges, a lot of Rams, big old Rams, and then Chevy's third. But
nobody likes Chevys, dude. Chevy's not a viable platform for an off-road vehicle. Chris, if you're listening, that's for you.
We actually, Chevy is like our 8th best seller, roughly. Tundra and Dodge Ram are tied right now at number 5. Believe it or not, it's crazy.
Ford Ranger is number 1.
The Ram is coming on. I don't know where people are getting money to buy the TRX, but
oh my God,
we're moving TRXs like every week. Like, no joke. I don't understand it.
I saw one a few weeks ago, and I was telling these guys about it. Matt and I saw one on Saturday, and I was like, dude, I think that's a TRX. And
it was downtown too, like, right?
No, that was the one right here when we got off the freeway over here by my house, the white one. And and Matt shuddered. He was like, holy shit, that's nice. Like, you're right. I don't know where people are getting the money.
I shuddered.
You did. I could feel it.
I think everyone's going into debt. I swear. I think that's what it is. I mean,
probably.
It has to be, because I'm seeing them all over now, and the sound of those things, I don't know if you've heard them, but holy crap, they sound awesome. They're pretty cool.
They're gnarly.
That's the sound of freedom, right?
Yeah. I was having a conversation with someone, and we were talking about what was the term, that like the rebound effect. The last 18 months, don't go anywhere, don't do anything, don't buy anything, concern. And now all of a sudden, as things are starting to open up, and for some
maybe
people,
the severity was
and for people that either have been working the whole time or now back to work, are like, screw it, I'm buying it, I don't even care, we don't know if we're going to be here tomorrow. Like I really think that there's some of that, right? That
Definitely.
like, I made it through the last year and a half, F it, I want the TRX, I don't care, like, and
there's going to be a lot of TRXs in the zombie apocalypse. Those are going to be the vehicles that
I think there's going to be a lot of TRXs at CarMax in about 9 months.
in 9 months from now.
So
are you guys? Are any of you guys looking at getting any? Are you guys have any new trucks in mind that you guys are thinking about getting? Or
Jose's getting the new Frontier.
Yeah, Jose's getting the new Frontier.
If we told him if he doesn't get the Frontier, he's off the show. So that's the plan is for him to get the new. He was going to do a Gladiator, but like, lame. Everybody's got Gladiators. So he's going to get the new Frontier. And I say lame, and there's like 6 Gladiator drivers in the live stream right now. No, but
you rented a Gladiator in Missouri, huh, Greggy?
Yeah, I had a Gladiator for like 4 days. It was pretty fun. We were driving it in the snow, and it only had like 200 miles on it. It was like brand new Rubicon.
Yeah.
And Freddie was like,
Starbucks.
Freddie was like, hey, you're going to meet us, because Fred's truck was in the booth or whatever. So I was going to pick up my dad and my brother. So I was in charge of running the car. So my brother thinking, hey, be frugal, get like a little Ford Focus or a little Fiat or something to save gas.
A Fiat? And, no, I would not say get a Fiat.
I don't think you guys would fit.
I could totally see Fred. Get something cute. Get something adorable. We want to show up.
Listen. I didn't say any of those things. I said get a 4-wheel drive because it's going to blizzard in the next 2 days.
You said get a car, and I came back with a Rubicon Gladiator.
Yeah, he surprised me with a Gladiator, so we're like, all right.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
The back seats on those things are not adult friendly. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
If you're over 5'10", forget it.
I don't have to worry about it then.
There's a roll bar literally right in front of your forehead. Where if you slam on the brakes, you're going to hit that. And the back seat's for kids only. Like, awesome truck to drive, but not for a family that has an adult higher than 5'10". I'm telling you, it's crazy, like small back there. It's like a Scion with 4-wheel drive. That's what it reminded me.
I mean, all these mid-size trucks the back seats are small. Like, they're not adult friendly.
Yeah, but the back of the Frontier and the back of my truck are comfortable. The back of the Tacoma wasn't bad.
They're not. They're doable. But when I
for
sit behind
kids,
you,
they're fine. Adults, it sucks to go in any of those mid-sized trucks. It just does. But the when you have a roll bar literally in front of your forehead, that's kind of dangerous. I don't know the design. That's a design flaw as far as I'm concerned. But let's just get it this way: most people that are driving the Gladiator, right now, they're a younger demographic. Probably don't have a lot of kids, and they're out there wheeling and having fun with it, But it was cool. It got squirrely on us a little bit in the snow. It was fun. We were letting it loose a little bit. Greg was driving.
Yeah, they're badass trucks.
I think they call that the bell ringer package.
That's for when you've got a teenage kid that's mouthing off and back, and you're like, I'll show him.
That's right. Let's go for a ride.
Yeah, no, Jose. We've had weekly conversations about what Jose's driving gonna buy over the last 6 months, and he still hasn't pulled the trigger on anything. We think it's gonna be the Frontier.
Okay, so Jose, what's the reason for you buying something? Why do you even have to? Is your 80 series taking a crap or what? What's going on?
It's running better than ever. It's just I just want
he
something.
Just spends $800 a month keeping it running.
Exactly. I kind of want to. I just want to preserve that more for the off-roading trip. Because right now I'm burning the candle on both ends. I'm driving it every day and then abusing it on the weekends. I just want something more comfortable, better on gas, for a daily.
Hey, the new Tundra's coming out. Hello.
Something affordable, also. That's the problem. There's nothing's affordable, dude. Everything's everything's
right now,
$45,000 or more.
Worst time to buy any vehicle.
Yes.
Right now.
My
best time to sell, worst time to buy.
Yeah. So used vehicles are off the charts right now, and my wife's going to be in the market soon. I was like, I'm gonna go check. I walked in the lot, went, nope, no, I'm not paying that much for that, and I left. And it's just, if you don't have to buy a truck right now, wait.
And I thought it was private sellers that were ramping up the prices, but I mean, everybody. I went and got an oil change at Toyota the other day. They only had used trucks. They had no brand new trucks on the lot, and they wanted an SR5 2-wheel drive pre-owned for $43,900. Had like 30,000 miles on it, and they wanted over $40,000 for a 2-wheel drive.
Yeah, our fleet rep is like, if you want trucks for 2023, you should order them now. That's the way. Like they opened up the for the F-150s, the F-250s, 350s in transit. They were like, they open up the orders and they're gone. Like, that's for 2022. They're gone. Like, if you need a fleet truck, you got to buy it off a lot now. It's just insane what the
crazy.
shortages are doing. And it's. I told Jose I'd sell him the Ford for a good price, but he doesn't want it.
Why? What are you looking to get? A full size?
Nothing. I just want Jose to drive my Ford so I can mock him. Yeah, I would probably get another Ranger. I got a Mark in the chat room trying to convince me to go full size. I will say I got into one of the trucks at work, full size, drove it around for a few days, and I'm like, God, it just feels good to be back in a full size truck. But I don't see myself getting into one anytime soon.
Yeah, I thought about selling the 3rd gen Tacoma. I had it posted for like 5 days, and then I started to get cold feet because it's paid for, number one. Number two, the Tundra is built now and has so much stuff on it, and really has kind of turned in more to like my long haul, take the kids on a trip / take it to the booth with a bunch of stuff in it and sell stuff truck. And driving that every day would suck. And Tundras don't get the best gas mileage. You know what I mean? I love the V8. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, I mean, it's that thing. I'm filling that thing up like every hour and a half. I feel like when I go on a trip. And but the Tacoma for me is like, and me and Greg were talking about this, but like Greg was like, dude, seriously, like, I'm gonna be turning 40 this year, and in 10 more years the truck will still be running.
Yeah. And
my back's gonna be shot, and I'm gonna need something a little bit smaller to crawl into. Hey, there's a Tacoma right there that's already ready to go.
Yeah.
And I can put 1 million miles on it and it's still going to go. So I definitely glad I didn't sell it, because I've been driving that every day and it's just been nice. It has no weight on it. I took all the weight off of it. It's got the bumpers and all the off-road, and it can still do some off-roading and stuff. But the racks and the deck system, everything's been stripped down just so I can drive it on a daily basis and not feel like a tank,
Yeah.
So, but I have no need to buy anything right now. I'm happy with the old Tundra and the 2016 Tacoma. Greg's got his 3rd gen. Greg has a Power Stroke now. He's got a F-250. Nice. He's got the 2017 or 18? I don't remember. But
2017.
Those Fords, that diesel, man, those are very tempting to get in a few years. Those 6 are pretty rad.
I put over 12,000 pounds behind that truck, and the truck just pulls it no problem. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Nothing. Kevin Jones has gone out on a couple trips with us in his F-250 diesel. It's an older one. It's what is it?
Yeah,
late 90s.
We saw him at the Elsinore event. I remember his truck,
and it is amazing. Like it like just out of nowhere, he'll hit the gas and that thing will get up and take off. And
on 37s,
on 37s with a full chase chase setup in the back.
That has the 7.3 in it, though,
7.3,
right?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was even able to keep
that's
up with
the
me.
best motor they ever made.
Yeah, we have a 2002 7.3 that's got 360,000 miles on it, and we still use that for work every day.
That's
it's a monster, dude.
He was even able to keep up with me on the Kessel run, so I'll give him credit.
The old Fords are great. I had a 6.0 Power Stroke 03. Every other one was a lemon, and I put $12,000 into that thing. So I finally gave it back to Ford at 130,000 miles, because everything happened to it. EGA cooler, turbo cracked, injectors went out twice. It was just a bad model. The 6.0 has some demons in it, and you can bulletproof them and stuff, but I do miss that white lifted F-250 that I had but I didn't miss having it in the shop every other day. It sucked,
Yeah,
you know.
it sucks.
That was unfortunate, but yeah, I don't know, man. The old Fords are cool if they're running. You know, that old black smoke pouring out. I like that. So
Yeah, that's your
Well,
warning.
It's
Oh, shit, I got the black
Something's
smoke
wrong.
coming. Something's about to blow, probably.
Well,
pretty
guys,
soon you'll get arrested for doing that. You know.
Yeah,
So-
you can't be doing that anymore.
Come and catch me
yeah,
if you can.
I you know, it was really, really good. We've been on for an hour now, and we could probably go for another hour just chatting about stuff. It's been really good to catch up with you guys, and I'm really, really glad that things are working out the way they are, and I'm very excited for you. And you know, it's I have no doubt that this and whatever you do next, and it's all going to be successful, and you're going to do it the right way. And you know, no joke, you guys have an open invitation. Anytime you want to come on the show and just talk about stuff or a new product or a release, just let us know, man.
Or you're in the neighborhood,
appreciate
you want to go wheeling
Thank you.
or overnight or something.
We need to.
Definitely.
We need to
I'm
do
still
that.
here.
Yeah, we need to do. We've been.
Yeah, Greg's still in California, so
I'm
hit him up.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
over off the 215 and
Yep.
the 91.
Yep.
So I'm just in Riverside still.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right down the street. We've just, you know, I took a new job in December, and it's been long hours, and on the weekends it's like, hey, do we want to go wheeling? And I'm like, no, I don't. I just
wanna
you know
do
what?
shit.
You know what I want to do? I want to not
Man,
do
you've really changed, Cody. You've really changed, man.
It's just like you don't realize how taxing it can be at times, and you're like, you know, I would much rather, you know, well, I'm not gonna say that, but I go back to, there was a time when I was working 30-something hours a week doing sales, and half of that time was sitting here, and now, you know, it's like, well, I got another 14-hour day ahead of me, and on the weekends it's like, shit, I just want to hang out with my wife and daughter and not do anything, and that's
Yeah, those you're not going to get those times back, you know, and that's what I've come to realize in the last few years, just being so busy, is like you turn around and the kids, my daughter's in middle school now, and it's like, what the heck? Where'd the time go?
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
just crazy.
That's
A lot
wild.
has happened since our first podcast with you guys. The world is falling apart. It's just been a roller coaster ride, but we appreciate you guys for always supporting us, and we'll continue to do the same. You guys keep killing it. You guys are funny to watch, and you know, it's cool that you guys get to do this, you know, and have fun every Tuesday night. And I hopefully you guys keep that fire going, because you know, a lot of people like listening to you guys. So
I appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
Our plan. I've been
Thanks.
trying to get these guys out of my house for 3 years, and they just show up every week. And all right, well, I guess we got to turn the mics on. We're going to do this again. But you know, hopefully we get to connect at some point in the very near future. And I would love to get our hands on one of those trailers and get a look at them at one of the events whenever that's coming up. And
Definitely.
and
Maybe we can
It'll,
get Casey.
So I don't know,
Tomato.
you guys gonna make it out to American Adventurous Mountain Rendezvous up in Big Bear in 2 weeks
no.
or 3 weeks?
Well, we did not register for it, so probably not.
So the trailer will be there.
Okay.
And then, of course, it'll be at Overland Expo West
Okay.
in Flagstaff for sure.
All
So,
right.
but
Cody,
you guys
you,
will probably see me pulling it around Riverside,
Yeah.
doing some freeway testing on it.
Cody, if you guys do a trip, no joke, and you guys want to take it out for a weekend and give it a run, you guys are more than welcome to. And then you guys can review it for yourselves.
That is a
If you guys-
horrible idea, and I love it.
You guys heard it here, folks.
Yeah, the fact that he's willing, he's seen us wheel. He's seen all three of us wheel. And the fact that they're willing to let
Just
us
keep
borrow
it away
it,
from that frontier.
that's a testament to how
Well,
strong
I
that thing is.
trust you guys. We trust you guys. We know who you guys are.
That's
Greg, I know where you guys live, actually. So
That's true.
I'll fly there and get it back. But, you know, Greg's just down the street. And
Yeah.
seriously, like, we need people other than us to take it out and
Yeah.
give it a run. And, you know, we would be honored if you
Plus,
guys take it out for a week and just do a run with it.
Yeah,
So
and
also,
you'll-
this next trailer is going to be a trailer that we're going to take to all of our shows and all of our events. So
awesome.
Yeah,
it's
this
not
is-
going to be a trailer that's for sale. This trailer that is done tomorrow is basically going to be, you know, our personal, to where, you know, if you guys want to take it out, test it. Our testing is pretty much good with our first prototype. Like we knew what we wanted to change for now. So we should have this trailer towing behind our trucks for the next at least half a year before maybe we'll sell that one and maybe have another change on our next model.
Yeah, but when you guys come to get it, I'd be like, "What? No, the orange trailer? That's mine. That's ours. The orange one. You guys, I don't know what happened to the black one.
I don't know what happened to your guys' trailer.
You guys have Marvin with Beyond Wraps wrap the whole thing, and we don't even know it's ours.
Yep. I don't know what you're talking. It's camouflage. You can't see it. Yeah. It's all hiding now. We'll wrap it.
No, seriously.
It looks like the brick wall in my house at the backyard.
I'm not just saying that either. You guys, let's set it up. In a couple months or so, when it cools down and you guys actually want to go back out again, maybe you guys can take it on a run and give it a shakedown.
You have been listening.
Yeah, we are. We're already getting hit up about Winter Expedition, and I didn't realize that Winter Expedition is coming up. Like
Dude, it's almost September.
I know. So we haven't quite decided what Winter Expedition is going to be this year, but usually it's early December. So we'll get through SEMA and then start planning that trip. So
just hit us up and we'll get it scheduled and have Greggy hook up with you guys. And man, I don't know when I'll see you guys again, but we'll see you guys. And thanks for having us. We appreciate it.
Catching up, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Greg, I'll talk to you tomorrow, dude. So
sounds good.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. You have a great night.
Thanks, guys.
All right, peace out.
Take it easy, man.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was a great conversation. Those guys are super cool.
It was cool going down memory lane, like all the shows they're not even here anymore that we've seen those guys at.
Yeah.
Because we were running hard too. Those that first year they were coming out.
Yeah.
We're on the same show circuit like with all these guys.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And so I'm thinking about as we were talking to them about I think about Josh from Off the Grid. Like he was I interviewed him like super early, and now that's his full-time gig. He's sponsoring Ultra 4 and King of the Hammers, and we need to get him back on. We've talked about it a couple times, but
Lightner, like they blew up, within this time frame. Decked. I mean, you had Decked on early on as well.
I'm trying to go back through and look at some of the people that were on early. Mario, but I think Mario Rego was he was episode 37, but I think they were already pretty big at that time at the very least. At one point we had a round robin with DeMello and
Icon. Like when everything locked down. We had that like 8-person show.
Dirt Vader. Remember Kira, Dirt Vader?
Dude, I was gonna bring that up.
I saw it on Instagram. What happened? Do you know?
Yeah, she was on a dirt road in Montana, I think. And
hold on before we go to we interviewed episode 47 Kira Murdoch on Instagram at dirt.vader. Super cool chick. Built up 4Runner.
She's a built up 4Runner she used to film like commercials and movies.
Yeah, she's a professional videographer. Go back and listen to that episode. She was fantastic.
But I was going to say we should reach out to her and see how she's doing, because she did just recently got in that accident. She totaled her 4Runner
2 days ago, and I saw the picture of the truck on its side, and I was like, no! Oh, man, that's horrible. Yeah, that was 2 episodes before Fred came on. Empire Jeep Club was right around that time. We had the Empire Jeep Club. We were still recording in the other room. Yeah. It was just a desk.
And they came
in, and we set up a folding table so that they had something to sit on.
That was before me.
Yeah. That's Photo Runner, Syndicate Jeep Club.
Photo Runner, AJ, he has a TRX, bro.
I know. Yeah. There's a lot of money in pictures.
Wow.
Yeah, we're in the wrong business.
You know what's funny? Matt and I this weekend we were hanging out. We were talking about Eco Crawl. Remember January 2019 Eco Crawl, like the first Eco Crawl, and then the second one, and like kind of where we've come from there. It's been.
Some would say we went backwards.
Yeah, true. No, we've been very fortunate when we look back at the 180 something episodes. I don't even know what episode this is. 180 something episodes of 89. This is 189. that we've done, and the people we've gotten to talk to, and the events we've been able to go to, and the community that we've been able to create, and the off-road trips and stuff that we've done.
All the people we've met. Like,
Yeah, Matt and I were at the Dodger game Saturday, and there's those private areas. What are those? The private boxes?
The little party boxes.
Yeah, little party box. We were like, you know what we should do? We should just have a party box, like pick a game and have everybody, all the listeners, buy tickets and go to the party box and just try, like, do things like that. Matt made the comment last week about, since we're going to be at SEMA, how cool it would be to bring everybody with us to SEMA. We can't do everybody.
Oh, so we're talking about this.
I was about to say,
we're not.
okay.
I'm
All
just
right.
saying we can't bring everybody.
Okay.
Right? We can't bring everybody.
But we're plotting and scheming.
We can't bring everybody. Off-road Expo is going to be a very, very important event. It's going to kick off some stuff that we're doing.
We were talking about it today. It's at the Ontario Convention Center, so
yeah.
I think it's going to be more indoor-outdoor thing. So is the Pomona one, but the Ontario Convention Center, I think, is smaller, right? It's a smaller venue.
Well, I think it's definitely smaller than the
fairgrounds.
The fairgrounds, but they didn't use.
No, not
they
the
used
entire
2 buildings and a surrounding
That's
surrounding
true.
area. I don't know from how much bigger it's going to be. It's October, the Ontario Convention Center, Ontario, California, October 9th and 10th. I don't know what it's indoor, outdoor, and it says, due to unforeseen circumstances involving Fairplex and Pomona, the Off-Road Expo presented by General Tire was displaced from its long-standing position, and as such, the event will have a new date and location this year. The 2021 Off-Road Expo presented by General Tire will be held at the Ontario Convention Center in Ontario, California, October 9th and 10th. It doesn't really say work there.
It sounds to me like, having been in Ontario Convention Center, that a majority of it's going to be indoors, I would think. So if it might be half and half, I don't know what the parking area looks like outside, but either way, hopefully we're inside.
So the it says the Off-Road Expo team is currently working through logistics and the layout of the new space, which will include both indoor and outdoor exhibit space and will accommodate exhibitors and sponsors, starting with those who already have contracts in place. So the handful of times most of the time I've been at the Ontario Convention Center is for like the four-wheel parts sale event thing, the truck event, and you park in that one spot, but there's parking all the way around the convention center.
There is.
It's like 5 times bigger than any of the.
They also have satellite lots on like across the street.
Yeah, so maybe everybody's going to have to park over there, and the exhibitors will be in the actual parking lot, right? I mean, I think that there's
whatever. It'll still be. I'm just thankful that they're having it, right?
Yeah,
I think it's more to do because it's not LA County.
I think that was a big part of it.
Yeah. It's the Wild West out once you cross San Bernardino.
They don't give a shit.
No, hell no.
Yeah, I'm looking at a satellite image of the convention center, and in fact, I'll just pull it up here.
What variant of COVID do you think we'll have by then?
Echo.
Or maybe we'll create one there.
Yeah.
So this whole lot right here is overflow for the convention center.
Oh, there's Misty's Lounge, old stomping grounds there.
What? Is that the one at the hotel?
Yeah.
At the Red Lion?
Yes.
I only know because I went to a wedding at that Red Lion.
No. At the DoubleTree to the
DoubleTree. There
top
you go.
left,
Yes.
right there. It's right there. Misty's Lounge.
Oh, I don't even want to know those stories.
Yep.
So there's a whole
I do.
overflow parking lot. They could literally quarantine.
Maybe we could do a remote from this
We'll book it out for a live event.
late night remote.
No, because we're gonna walk in and they'd be like, "Jose, welcome back."
Nah, I've been
Why
out of,
is that
I've been out of-
bad?
I've been out of the game for a while.
No time
Yeah.
like now to get back in, Jose.
Yeah, I think that there will be a majority of this stuff inside, but there's room outside for the big trucks all right through here, We'll see. I got a feeling some of these hotels that are right next door are going to be booked.
Yeah, Yeah, that's the lot where they park people.
Yeah, so I'm excited about it. I think if you are interested, we'll just say that if you are interested in participating in upcoming events, that we may or may not be able to accommodate you at.
Or what are we waiting on? Like the specific we haven't worked out the.
We haven't worked
The
out.
kinks.
We haven't worked out the kinks. I don't have. It's going to be at least another week before I have the official response from our registration. I want to make sure that goes through.
Yeah,
right?
I guess we should make sure we can do it before we promise it.
We got to make sure we can get in before we talk about anything else. But the off-road expo piece is in place. We're going to go. We're going to be hanging out with the Nexen team there and recording. And
are we going to bring out the orange room? Because it's still sort of orange. It's kind of like a brownish orange.
Are we in need of a replacement room?
Tattered. The orange room is pretty wrecked. Like it's one of the feet is off the legs.
Well,
that's
and
right.
It goes all the way up.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, it was at my house for like a year, so
All right.
nothing lasts very long there.
Might have to make a bigger sign.
Yeah. Yeah. We still have a Nexen Easy Up and
Okay.
So we'll figure out. I don't know. More than likely, we'll just park up with the Nexen trailer, the big booth. I mean, so at Off-Road Expo, I think the intent is to have the big Nexen trailer there. So we'll probably be at least set up part-time outside with him, with them. Man, they got some pretty good size air handlers up here, Matt.
That's what you're looking at?
I am. I'm looking at this.
Who services them?
I don't know, but that's
Redline did some work there. I actually one of the scroll compressors, some of the chilled water equipment a few years ago. Right there, right at that dock.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But whatever.
Yeah, it's
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, no. Who effing cares? They have a very nice equipment room. I'll tell you that. It's very clean.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens when you spend too much time in air conditioning.
They got a lot of solar power, it looks like.
I love it. When you're looking at a roof, all you see is air conditioning. Like we go to a hotel, and like at some hotels you can see the other roof, and I'm looking at the systems there. And then when you walk into any building that's got exposed ductwork, you look up and you're like, oh, that
looks like shit. It always does. It can be super clean. That's bullshit.
I would have done it better.
That's a double-edged sword, right? The exposed ducting.
Yeah.
Like, is it cheaper to run that way? I'm assuming, right?
I don't think as far as
cost goes, as cost goes
effective.
If it's exposed, you don't have to insulate it.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but I would think anything insulated would be more efficient.
It's more efficient, right?
So there's probably a cost.
Yeah, and then
delta
and
Can't
people
say that word.
when they run exposed, there are times people run exposed duct, they don't take care to seal it as well.
Yeah, so
and
when they don't change the filters, you get crud coming out.
Yeah, it's got to be done right. You need a qualified technician to do that for you. But Off-Road Expo. So if you guys are we are planning on being there at Off-Road Expo the 9th and 10th of October. Keep an ear out for some opportunities for you to participate in some of the shenanigans in that during that time frame. So if you're someone that works on the weekends and may want to participate in some of the upcoming events that we're going to, then you might want to block out some time in October and potentially early November. So the other piece of that is I don't know the legal ramifications.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I went.
Yeah, but you were Bob Hassenpfeffer.
Yeah, I still have the.
Do you? What is the name?
Robert English.
That is super generic. Yeah,
dude.
That's like going with a badge that says Bob Dotson on it.
Yeah.
I thought you weren't going to blow the...
What are you talking about, dude?
So anyways, we are looking forward to Off-Road Expo. Anything else we want to chat about before? I mean, we've already gone a while. Anybody?
Yeah, I went wheeling, bro.
Oh, that's right. Shit. All right. Talk about it. Talk about it.
That's what everybody wants to hear.
Yeah, everyone's been waiting. No, so Adam, friendly weekly guest. He's always
Friendly
on
neighborhood
Groot.
Groot.
Groot. He set up the LGE run that I gave him the map and he just said, hey, I want to do this trail. The trail we did with LGE with like 50 rigs that day. And it was not a Trailchaser sanctioned event, but you wouldn't have guessed it because of the amount of U-turns that were involved in that.
Yeah,
trip.
Adam. I hear that you and your bride got turned around a couple times. Let's go. Let's hear more about that.
She just had to follow the blue line.
Yep.
And yet we got off track multiple times. No, but the trail is it's not terribly technical. There are a couple spots where I guess if that's not what you do, if you do like a lot more fire roads, it might be a little intimidating. There were a total of 9 vehicles. I think Adam invited some. He just sent out like a bat signal, right? I think he initially sent it out on Facebook on a Gladiator forum, SoCal Gladiators.
Okay.
So there was Adam's Gladiator and two other ones.
They all thought they were going to the Ontario Mills to do some shopping.
Victoria Gardens, sir.
Oh, that's true.
Marie calendars.
So on the trip, there was 3 Gladiators total. Another 80 series.
Really?
Yeah, which is Joey D's neighbor.
Okay.
Joey and he brought the Ford F-150.
That's crazy.
Which is almost exactly. It's like a mirror image of Dave, his buddy Dave.
Yeah.
So those 2 F-150s, Casey and Susan brought their cars out. And who am I missing? I think that was it. Sorry if I'm missing anyone else. But yeah, man, that's a fun. Adam wanted that was like the baseline trail because the last time he did it, he was stock just on 35s, and since then, he's gotten to lift and a couple other things. So he just wanted to see how it handled. And yeah, dude, that Gladiator does great. All Gladiators do great.
Yeah, I mean, as much as we talk trash, it's a great truck. You can't.
Yeah, for sure. It's so capable, dude.
Yeah, you're not. If you're buying a truck to go off roading, you're not going to be upset with the Gladiator.
Exactly.
No matter what trim you get, by the way, like the base X model or whatever they call it, you're still going to have a damn good time.
So that was like a cool thing to see because Adam does a sport. There was a Mojave trim and a Rubicon, and they all did great. But yeah, man, we did. So we all did that White Mountain part. You know how we turned around with LGE, but we all just went over that part.
Oh yeah, what was it like on the other side?
Well, we did it. We did it last time we went. It was just remember that hill.
Oh yeah.
That F-150 went up, and then we didn't go up to the left side.
Yep.
But we all went over on the left.
Got it.
Yeah. Apparently I almost ran out of gas, but that's what Mark is saying. But no, man, I pushed my truck harder on this time around. Like I took the hard line on that section. The one Joey D took his Jeep on 40s and just went over like nothing. Mm-hmm. I took my landcruiser on it, and it wasn't as graceful as the Jeep on 40s, but it did it. And the rest of the trail, man, is there's those like steep hill climb sections, and then that last little rock area right before the Holcomb Valley campground. I mean, it's cool, man. It was just cool to get out on the dirt. It's cool to see all these trucks out there, just all different.
What was the temperature like?
It was pretty warm, man. It was like 85. It was pretty warm up there.
That trail is where I got the rock to the windshield on the Ford about a year ago, and now the crack has made it. And I remember when it hit the A pillar on the passenger side, and I remember hearing it going, damn it, that's gonna suck. And it just kind of started working its way over, and it's been above my eye line this entire time, and it finally got over to where I'm at, and then started to make a turn downward. So now I have to change the windshield.
I didn't realize it had been almost a year since we did the trail run on that same trail. I was like, damn. And then I also couldn't believe that we took Mark's F-250 on that trail. Dude, it's pretty tight in some of those sections, dude.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't believe. I'm like, dude, Mark did this in his truck.
Didn't you guys do Gatekeeper to Gold Mountain too?
So Joey wanted to go check out Gatekeeper. So So when we got to the end of the trail, we're just hanging out. Some of the people spread out from there. But, dude, it was like there was a lot of Land Cruisers out. There's a lot of people out this past weekend, but a 100 series Land Cruiser, so the next gen after mine,
really?
showed up. And he's like, hey, who's 2 Land Cruiser of those? And, me and Dell, the other owner of they're like, that's ours. He's like, here's a frog. So apparently he's starting this thing. You know how Jeep owners do
the ducks?
Do the ducks.
Ugh.
He's starting to do this frog thing, and I'm sorry I forgot the little tab to shout him out on Instagram.
What's the reference of the frog? Like, is there some kind of tie-in?
No, he just said it's frog and firme, which is like Spanish for like badass. Firme is like badass, like you're solid. So he's starting that. He's like, I'm starting this. So here's your guys' frogs. So I thought it was kind of cool.
There's enough Land Cruiser owners out there to where he could probably get rid of.
Yeah, he'll get them all. He'll get them all.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. But yeah, from there we, Casey, Susan, Joey, Dave, and Adam, we all went to the gatekeeper for Gold Mountain. So apparently, like, they're gonna build a literal gate by those rocks, and shut it down. So if you can't get past that gatekeeper, you won't be able to do the trail.
Yeah.
Like, that's the plan.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess they're bypassing up further on. People are just bypassing a lot of stuff.
Yeah. The entrance to Gold Mountain is a pretty mellow trail.
It's just like a fire road.
Yeah, and then you get up to the actual like Gold Mountain area,
like where the steps are.
And if you're not, you're gonna get screwed. Like they have to drag people off of that thing all the time. So there's a bypass, but they're gonna put a gate there, and then they installed all these rocks to where if you can't get over these rocks to get to the other side of that, you shouldn't be up here.
Right.
So there's some video. I was just going to look it up but there's some video of you guys up on the trail doing that, right?
Yeah. So
Casey has some video.
Yeah, I'll post mine up on Instagram later. So I attempted it first, and I did not do well my first attempt. One, because I'll be the first one to tell you I am not a rock crawler. That's the most difficult thing I've ever done in my truck. Is that those boulders? I have a lunchbox in the back and no front locker, and I don't think I was aired down enough too. I should have aired down a lot more than what I was.
What were you at?
18. So after my first attempt, I just kept getting stuck. So I just kept getting stuck like in that one spot where I couldn't go up or down. So I backed out, and then Leanne, Adam's wife, got in the Gladiator. No lockers, just lift and 35s. She made it look super easy, dude. It like literally just crawled right up. And I think it's because the longer wheelbase helped it out.
Yeah.
And that for that situation, I'm not taking away from her skill. Obviously, she's a great driver, better than me because it literally just crawled right up, dude. No issues. And then I attempted it a second time, took a different line, which was only like a couple inches to the left of my initial line. And I got up it, dude, and that little truck, my little Land Cruiser, just keeps surprising me, dude. Like what it can do in the shape it's in currently.
Yeah, I think it could do way more than obviously it can do way more than we do on a regular basis.
It exceeds my capability for sure.
Especially if you're not afraid of some panel damage. Like if you're willing to ding it up, there's
Yeah, for sure. Sliders were required. I was definitely confident because I had the sliders and the rear bumper, and I definitely scratched those. Yeah, man, that little Land Cruiser, they're good trucks, man. I know it's old and slow and maybe not the latest and greatest anymore, but it's such a solid platform. If you can find one, a decent one, and you can build it up, like it can really be a Swiss Army knife.
You can get your own Bluetooth speaker. You don't have to find
exactly.
one with the Bluetooth speaker. You can just get it without and get your own.
We've jokingly said, don't buy another car. Just put $10,000 into the Land Cruiser.
And I wouldn't even have to put that much into it. Like, I would just need I don't even need it. I would just more want at this point, right? Like a front bumper, a rack, and if I really want to take its capability, like air lockers. But after that, I don't know what else. Oh, just real quick, what I want to buy next is that ARB dual locker, the air compressor.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing is quick. I use Dave's and it's F-150. It fills up tires so fast. Like that's by far the fastest air compressor I've ever used.
Really?
Yeah. So.
I've got the Iron Man one. I just haven't used yet.
Yeah, Casey had it, but I didn't see him using it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that ARB one, that it's pricey. I think it's like $500, but dude, it's fast. But anyways, after I did it, Joey, he's like, I gotta do it now, in his F-150. It's a newer F-150. I think it's like 20 or 19. It's on 35s lift, and it has a front and rear bumper. Dude, that thing did it no problem. Again, he's a great driver. Casey was spotting him.
Yeah, Dave Frazier said he hit his sliders, but only because Casey didn't do a good job spotting it.
Yeah, yeah. And then when Joey did it, Dave's like, "Fuck, now I gotta do it." So, and I'm telling you, dude, they're like spinning images of the builds. Like they're almost exact. Like if you were to just glance at them, they're the same color. They have the same shocks.
Yeah, and Dave's brought his on Mojave, and it was a legit. I mean, it's a beautiful truck. Mm-hmm. I'd be willing to bet it'd have no problem on a gatekeeper, especially with 35.
Bro, but dude, these rocks are huge. I'd be scared to do it, and if that were my truck, I'd be like, damn, dude, this is way beyond my capability. But if you choose the right line, it walks right up, dude, no problem. And I think because they had sliders and the bumpers, like they were willing, like that's what they're for, right?
Yeah, that's what sliders are for. There's
Dave has the white knuckle ones, which are cool.
We love the white knuckle slider. The bottom of mine are missing a lot of paint. So they've done their job. The other thing with the sliders, I know this is lame, but there's times like I've parked in parking lots and I'll look at the car next to me and I'm like, whatever. If they open their door, it's going to hit the sliders before it hits my truck.
I forgot where I was a couple of days ago, but someone they opened the door and they hit their door on my sliders. I was like, whatever.
Oh man.
But so Joey's gonna give you shit, dude, for a Ford beat you to the gatekeeper, dude. So Casey had to step up and.
Okay, so he handled it. I was at the Dodger game, Holmes.
You're gonna let a Ford beat you, bro?
This is the first time for anything, I guess. What did he beat? Because I wasn't there. How does it beat me to something if I'm not there?
I'm just saying.
So, like Casey did it?
Yeah, so after they did it, Casey has like, hell no. Like, he had to try it. And, dude, this little truck, man, again, chose the right line. And with the rear locker, it crawled right up, man.
And he had his bumpers and sliders on there?
He had his bumpers and sliders.
So Casey has built a custom
front bumper,
rear bumper, and sliders. They came out fantastic. And I really think once he gets the installation of that Foam Pro, Foam Cell Pro kit on there, it's going to change everything about his truck.
It's just crazy, though, because I had, 35s, 33s, like, these trucks, like, even the little Frontier, like, it's so capable. It's just you have to have the right equipment, and then a little bit, you have to have the skill, and then you also have to have good spotters. But, like, just people saying that you need 35s or 37s, you don't. 33s will get you everywhere that the 35s and 37s do.
So do we want to go back and confuse the hell out of Mark and start to have that conversation again? Because he's in the chat room.
He's going to be like, no. But, yeah, man, it's just crazy to see that, that Frontier on 33s did it no problem.
Yep. He's been wheeling a long time. He knows how to drive.
For sure. He has skill, sure.
Those Nexen tires are fantastic. Yes. And, a rear locker. And we've talked about it a bunch of times. A stock truck, a stock off-road vehicle will do a shit ton more than you think it will. Mm-hmm. You start putting money into it, it's going to do even more.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't think the three of us, I know I haven't pushed that Ranger. I've pushed it twice. Both times you guys weren't there, but I know I can push it even further. Like, I know it can do more than I do. Yeah.
If Matt had sliders and a bumper, I think you'd be getting hung up with the front bumper, because the approach angle, you need a lot of approach on the smaller tires. Like the boulder, you would have hit the bumper on the rock.
Yeah, the bumper, it's just plastic. I mean, I don't know where the structure is behind it, but right in front of the wheels, it would just fold that shit over.
Yeah, if you would have tried it, you would have just ripped it off.
Yeah, and then I would have just cut the rest off and said, Casey, let's get on to the...
Well, that's the beauty. I mean, we'll have to get pictures of Casey's stuff when it's all done. The beauty of the way he did the bumper on that, the whole front end approach angle,
it's all open.
Is open now. I mean, there's nothing blocking those tires. I'm really impressed with it. It came out great. We'll get him on the show.
It came out great considering like what the material he had on hand.
He built it in his driveway.
Yeah, and then just the amount of he didn't really plan. He's like, let me see what I can just put up real quick. And it came out great.
Yeah, I if there was more than 4 Frontiers on the road, I'd tell him to start making them.
But yeah, getting on the dirt was awesome. We definitely need to be squeezing in at least one day trip a month just for our sanity. Our sanity.
For our sanity, exactly. I was just gonna say, it's been kind of oh no, but I do feel it when we're not, because what happens is I'm I don't want to do anything on Saturday, and then I don't want to do anything Sunday because I got to go back to work on Monday. But then by Sunday afternoon, I'm like, shit, I didn't get anything done this weekend.
Yep.
I've got, so we need to start planning more. I mean, we've got a couple things coming up. We're the three of us and Casey are talking about getting together soon to talk about some of these upcoming events to make sure that we have a plan so that we can maximize our time there. And it's going to be a good opportunity to get out in front of people and have a bunch, Off-Road Expo. It's open to the public. Everybody can come.
Yeah.
So, Matt, remember 2 years ago, Matt was talking about the game we had for, do you remember what the keyword was for Off-Road Expo?
Oh, yeah.
Well, do you
Omaha.
Omaha. Matt was like, we were just recalling having people scream Omaha from 20 yards away,
and other people were like, what the hell?
And we're chucking t-shirts at them for saying Omaha. Those events are fun. We miss those, and then you get drunk Matt and Jose on the mic when those
good times.
I haven't listened. I have to go back and listen to that 45 minutes of drunkenness.
Oh, it's the best. I think I listened to it about 3 or 4 months ago, and the best is when we start talking about Poltergeist.
Oh my God!
So
and
good.
The rope, the special rope.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, I gotta go in. I guess I gotta go get her. So good.
And Matt was saying that he went back and listened to the Brewfest episode.
Brewfest is great.
I gotta go listen. It's been a long time. So if you guys enjoy any of the randomness that is with this show. There are 2 episodes that are just the epitome of our randomness. The first one is I'm trying to find what episode it was. The first one was Off-Road Expo. So episodes 92 and there's a bonus episode after that.
It was 92 was the good one.
There's a couple sections there where it's at the end of the show and Matt and Jose were thirsty that day.
I was thirsty both days, to be honest, but
and then
the good stuff.
When was the Brewfest?
Brewfest was sometime after that.
Yeah.
I want to say like August of
episode 90. Episode 90. So it's
what?
90 is the Brewfest, 92 is Expo, and then the bonus is the Expo. So we're going back to so basically, guys, we peaked in September of 2019. Like it's been downhill since there.
I think our apex was Adventure Expo.
Yeah, for sure.
The White Claws, and apparently I looked really nervous on Dave's YouTube video.
And Asrex.
Asrex won.
Asrex and Casey's photo shoot.
Yeah.
That's another one that is fantastic. Go back to that.
Yep.
That's February of 2020. The four-wheeler expo.
That was like the heavy hitter weekend because we had Rochelle and Claycroft. We had Brad from Trail Recon.
Jillian.
Drove him to the airport. That was great.
Oh, that's so funny.
We had Sean and Lightning.
I want to know
Sean Holman and Lightning from the truck show.
I want to know if the Crofts ever sit around and go, remember that time that jackass gave us a ride to the airport at that Frontier?
I don't know if they ever talk about it, but I know they won't forget about it.
That was a good time. That was right before the world collapsed.
That was February, right? February 2020.
So episode 115 is the Adventure Expo Part 1. Then we did a bonus Expo Part 2. 116, the very next episode, was the Trail Trek, and then the 117 was called Social Distancing. That's the, and then 118, the other best episode 118, the Wives Takeover.
Oh yeah.
That still is one of my favorites.
Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 staple episodes you should listen to, right?
Yeah. What was Insatiable Ball Monster? I remember the title Insatiable Ball Monster, but I don't remember what they contacted.
Only one way to find out.
You gotta listen, dude.
If you're brave enough, you'll hit play, and then you'll be able to know.
Taint Pillows and Space Tamales. That was a good one.
That was you and your stupid bicycle. And probably about your bike.
And then a Forearm of Justice, which is like episode. That was like one of your first episodes, Matt. That was
30s.
Yeah, 30 or 40s.
Yep, that was still one of our one of the first ones. So I don't think, did we call it the Forum of Justice? I don't think so.
I think it was the episode you guys were talking about what truck Matt was gonna buy.
Oh yeah. That's episode 29. We'll have to go back and find that one. So there's going back to tying it back into the conversation with Mountain Hatch. I mean, we look at. There's a lot of people in this community that we've been fortunate to talk to, and it's been 189 episodes now, and coming up towards the end of the year, we're gonna have Expo, we're gonna have SEMA, and we will do a winter expedition. I've had a couple people ask. I have no idea.
Scott's asking, like, what's up with the summer expedition?
Yeah, what's up with that?
What about it?
I think you just did it last weekend, Jose.
Yeah, Jose just did the summer. Summer's over. We don't have time. I think we might try to squeeze in a couple trips, and then day trips or something, and then winter expedition. I mean, we've had a couple conversations with Jose and I. Jose's boss went up to the Death Valley, Northern California area, and she was like, "There's so many trails up there. That may be a good opportunity." I've never done any wheeling up there. I mean,
there's people that already signed up for our winter expedition that we don't even know what it's going to be.
Well, there's no sign-ups yet.
I know, but they're like, like, we're going already. It's just like, okay.
I almost feel like we should. We almost need to do it now. We almost need to say, okay, this is the weekend. Yeah. Register now. I have no idea when it's going to happen or where we're going.
It's just crazy, dude. Is that Go
ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, how we've accumulated like this tight little circle where it was like they're all listeners, right? But these spots were open. Like, we started with just us three, and then Casey, and then it grew to Casey and Susan, and then Joe K, and then Joe P, and then it just started growing from there. Like those were like the initial 5 or 6 people, right, on the trips, and then every trip that we opened up registration to, like 1 or 2 people started tagging along, and then they kept coming, and now it's like we open up registration. I mean, technically, we shouldn't even have a registration because we have enough people that already like predetermined that they're gonna go.
So here's what we're doing. We just came up with this. So winter expedition is going to be a geocaching scavenger hunt to find us where we're at.
Oh, dude!
For the next 6 episodes, we'll drop a GPS coordinate hint in the episode or somewhere. And then we're just going to tell people.
But don't we have to be where we say we're going to be?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. We have to.
That sounds like a challenge.
Well, I'm just saying.
That'd be funny.
For the directionally challenged.
That's going to be hard to, like, just squeeze it in. Like, you owe me $126. That's, like, part of the longitudinal and latitude.
Yeah, somehow we figured out. And then people have to drive from wherever they're at to
you're going to be looking at me, I don't owe you $126.
And people will drive to the first location, and there'll be a clue there for them to go to the second location to be clue there, and they won't know. They won't know where we're going. John, I did not know Perry was up in fire territory, and I have not heard from him. No, so hopefully he's good. Perry, if you're good, let us know.
Perry, if you're bad, let us know.
Yeah, if you're not good, let us know. We'll see what we can do. But Winter Expedition, I mean, Arizona was a lot of fun. I mean, I'll be honest. I really enjoyed that site, that location.
I was there. I have a shirt.
Oh, shit, that's right. I forget.
It says I was there. I have a shirt saying I was there.
I keep forgetting you weren't there. But
and apparently it was the best trip so far. Was it because I wasn't there?
No,
but it was.
I think it only because, I don't know, Mojave.
Because there was no picking up camp and whatever. We just plotted down, and then we had 3 days of wheeling from there.
Is that the move going forward on some of these trips?
Yeah, Winter Expedition's going to.
We're gonna need that Mountain Hatch trailer, dude.
Yeah, we'll pick a spot and go around that. I mean, we could have done that in Ocotillo Wells a couple years ago when we did it. We could have base camped it there. But yeah, I think you're right. I think for a 3-day trip,
for a group that size, I think that's the move. Set up base camp and then kind of just spider off and then come back at the end of the day.
Yep. All right.
We're learning as we go.
We're making it up.
Process.
Making it up as we go. All right. Well, thanks to the guys from Mountain Hatch for hanging out with us, and thanks to all of you in the chat room for hanging out. I mean, we always talk about the group, Mark and Adam, John.
Thanks, Adam, for setting up that trip. It was awesome.
Dave, Casey. I saw Elam in there earlier. Rob. Real Rigs Rattle, John. Did I say John already? Elam, Adam, Joey was in there for a while. Matt Mueller. That's a new one. Matt Mueller. I don't think we've seen him for a while or before. Welcome aboard to the shit show. Joe K was there hanging out. Kyle Grozel. Yeah, everybody, thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening to our nonsense. And we will talk to you guys next week. Have a great week.
Laters.